It's just the same. You haven't changed anything.
Two most notable changes are sound asleep in the bedroom, but you'll see them in the morning, darling.
Listen, how old was little John when he went off to Seattle? About 3 months, right?
Something like that.
Well, you see him now. He's just the handsomest, cutest kid in the whole world.
And you're only the most fanatical grandfather. Daddy, will you take these?
Sure.
Yes.
Daddy.
Siobhan's just a little bit independent.
Tell me about that ankle. You sure it's a sprain? I mean, you see a doctor about it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there was a doctor there when it happened.
Ah.
Hey, Di, you can just take Ryan's things and throw them on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, all of Mother's letters have been full of Ryan and what a beautiful baby she is.
We think she's pretty special.
And you!
What about me?
Last year, all of Mother's letters were full of you and all the hell you were raising. I'm sorry I missed it.
I'm sure you would have felt right at home.
Siobhan, for the love of heaven, will you tell me about that ankle of yours and the dog and the strike and the jail and all the rest of it? I don't know which question to ask first.
Well, the dog and my ankle are part of the same story.
Well, where did he come from, anyway? Yeah.
I found him on the street in Seattle.
You're kidding.
Well, he's the major reason it took me so long to get here. I took him home with me, and I looked for ads. And then I placed ads, and I called the Humane Society. And I called the police. I called the newspapers, but they'd had enough of me after the strike. I even called the fire department, but nobody knew anything about him. Nobody wanted him.
Oh.
He's big.
Yes, you might say that.
Anyway, by that time, I knew who he was.
Well, who is he?
The Irish wolfhound you've always wanted.
You brought him all the way from Seattle to New York for me.
Well, I kept thinking of all the times you'd stand in front of the Irish wolfhound benches at the dog show and say, that's a dog. If you're gonna do something, do it right. Do it all the way. That's a real dog.
Siobhan, don't you think he might be a little bit too much dog for Mother and Dad to handle in the apartment?
Oh, really? He's a pleasure to be around. He's so well trained. When he's kind of apologetic about being so big. He tries to be smaller.
You know, I think you're the only person on the face of the earth who'd bring this monstrous animal, 140 pounds of him, home for a present.
The real trick was trying to find a ride with somebody who wouldn't mind 140 pounds of dog in the car across country. But we made it as far as Brooklyn. And then it took us all night to find a cab to bring us in here to Riverside.
Too bad you didn't pack a saddle.
Now, tell me about the ankle.
That's how he got his name. In the aftermath of the fight, I mean.
With who? You?
With a Doberman. He jumped us, and we were just walking along the street minding our own business. Actually, it was the Doberman that knocked me down. I had to separate him because Finn was going to kill him.
Finn?
Finn McCool.
Oh, that is a splendid name, now, isn't it?
Finn McCool was a legendary Irish hero.
Oh, yes. A warrior and a leader of warriors.
Never beaten in a fair fight. Good for you. Good for you.
Isn't that a wonderful face? Dad. Daddy, I think he knows he's yours.
Siobhan.
He's a grand dog, and I'm sure we'll solve all the obvious problems, darling. But I want to still hear. I want to hear about the strike and the jail sentence now, all the rest of it.
Well, I'm so bored with it, I could scream, really. Will you talk? What about Frank? And Pat? And what is going on with Delia?
What are you reading?
Well, since I have to get a job, I thought I should go through the want ads, right?
Well, that sounds logical enough. What's the matter, Delia?
I'm the matter. I'm not qualified to do anything.
That's not so.
It is. I'm a failure. I'm a mess. I can't even go back to the phone company in the training program. I haven't learned anything in so long, I don't know where to begin. Roger, I think I've ruined my life.
Oh, that seems a shade hyperbolic.
What?
Grossly exaggerated.
Don't do that to me.
Do what?
Don't use words like that I don't understand, okay? Because it just makes me worse than ever. Now, you know, you can lie back and you can afford to feel superior because you work at the hospital and you carve up people's nerves and you know what you're doing. People say that you know what you're doing. At least they think that you know what you're doing. But I can't do anything. Say something, would you?
I was trying to think of some easy words.
You're nasty.
You're hysterical.
Right. I'm hysterical. I'm really hysterical because all I could do is I could wash dishes, I could walk dogs, or I could mop floors. That's the only thing I would get hired for. I wish I was dead.
Second letter, Miss Perfect.
Yes, Mr. Power?
To Mr. J.J. Jones, etc., etc. Here's the letterhead. Dear Mr. Jones, as a result of our recent merger, your company, Jones & Jones, is now owned by my company, Wealth and Power Incorporated. And furthermore, you, Mr. Jones, are fired. Very truly yours, etc., etc. I want you to send the same letter to everybody else on that letterhead, changing the names as required.
Yes, Mr. Power.
Aye.
Excuse me? Could I do my work now?
As long as you're quick and quiet and do not disturb Mr. Power.
I know, I will be. I'll be so quiet you won't even know I'm here.
What's next, Miss Perfect?
Checks to sign, Mr. Power.
Will you please ask that wretched creature to scrub silently?
Wretched creature!
I know. I will. I'll be quiet. I'll use the rag. Oh, no.
She's fired!
You're fired!
Oh, no, please.
Severance pay.
Severance pay.
$1.22 after 10 years of faithful service.
What do you expect? You've wasted your life. $1.22 is all you deserve.
Delia? Are you all right?
No.
Does something hurt?
I hurt all over. Roger, it's terrible to know you're not even worth the minimum wage.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
$1.22.
All right, now stop. Now just stop that, Delia. Come on, sit up. Sit up. Here. Blow your nose. Come on. All right. All right, now, tell me how you arrived at that rather bizarre piece of self-evaluation.
I was thinking, you know, and I was scrubbing floors and I saw Johnny. I mean, he looked different, but it was Johnny. He was sitting behind a desk. And there was Mary, and she looked different too, but anybody would know that it was Mary. And I knocked over the bucket. I can't even scrub floors. I can't even do that. And then I got fired. And Mary said that I was just worth $1.22.
Delia.
What?
That's a lousy fantasy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was so terrific myself.
If you're going to indulge in fantasies, why not make them better?
How?
That wasn't Johnny behind the big desk.
No?
That was you behind the desk.
Me?
Mary wasn't mean to you.
I mean to Mary.
Well, at the very least, imagine that you yourself were in control of the whole situation.
Yeah.
I mean, fantasies are all yours. You're in control. Make them better.
You mean right now?
Why not? Try it.
Ralph, don't be hyperbolic. I'm not sure you're in charge of the situation. When you work for Delia Incorporated, you must be aggressive. You must be tough and independent. You must stand on your own 2 feet and make big decisions in a big way. Ralph, I want you to buy. I don't care what it costs. I want total control. Precisely. One moment, Ralph. That may be London. This is Delia. Nigel, darling. Yes, I have Ralph on the other line. Now, I've instructed him to buy. I want you to do the same. Millions, billions, what difference does it make? Only when I own the whole world, then I'll stop. Goodbye, love. Goodbye, love.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
No, that will be all. Good work. Johnny, why don't you take one afternoon off?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Oh.
Miss Perfect, come in here immediately.
Yes, ma'am. Oh. Is there something wrong?
Imperfect, Miss Perfect. There is a typographical error, second column.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Ryan. It won't ever happen again.
Correct, Miss Imperfect. It will not. You're fired. Severance pay.
Oh, darling, how can I ever thank you?
It is going to be a long, dreadfully cold winter again. I couldn't bear to see you walking around in that terrible green coat.
Even though I rejected you.
Oh, my darling, all is forgiven.
I never thought I'd have anything so beautiful. You really are the most successful and most generous of all my children.
I'm just grateful that I'm in a position to reward you for your kindness. Now, come, why don't we go to that fabulous French restaurant, okay? Now, I might have to make 1 or 2 deals over soup.
Oh, Delia, I'm so proud of you.
That's right. Oh. What is it, Maeve?
Nothing. It's just that I thought, for a moment, that shoeshine boy looks familiar.
Come now, why don't we have truffles and champagne?
Truffles!
Better, huh?
Mm-hmm. Roger, what are truffles?
French mushroom.
Oh,
Well, is there a problem?
I hate mushrooms. Ugh.
You like truffles.
Why?
They're expensive.
Oh, really? Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being so sweet to me.
My pleasure. Sleep well.
Roger?
Yes, Dee.
Nothing. Never mind. Good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
You too.
Can't get over Delia. So how's Patrick doing now?
Well, I can't say he's jumping up and down with joy, but he's accepted the fact that Faith is married to Tom, and he's concentrating on his work and his other friends.
He had to go back on duty at midnight, but he said to send his love and that he'd try to come by and see you tomorrow.
Oh, good. I can learn all the bad stuff about Delia from him.
Oh.
Siobhan, don't. I mean, don't go after it. Pat's had a hard year. He doesn't like to talk about it much.
Pat always talks to me. I can't imagine that's changed. Pat talks to me, Frank talks to you, right?
Less than he used to.
Husbands must have something to do with it. How do you and Frank get along?
Very well.
I wouldn't have figured it.
Why not?
Frank's married to somebody else?
Siobhan, for heaven's sake.
You sound more like Mother than ever.
And now, darling, it's going to take a little while for us to get used to having you home again, so would you mind taking it easy?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my good girl.
I'm really glad to be here.
Are you still hungry? Would you like me to go down and get a piece of Bucky's cake for you?
I'll go, Ma. You've been on your feet all day.
All right.
You want another sandwich?
Thanks, Mary.
Anybody else? What about the dog? Has he had dinner yet? He must be asleep. No.
Oh, no. What was it?
Ryan's things.
I'm sorry. He's teething. No, Finn, bad dog.
Oh, Siobhan!
All right. Now, it's not that bad.
It's not the sweater, it's the principle of the thing. What did you have in mind bringing a dog of this size into the house for them to take care of?
That's enough, Mayor. It's not your problem.
No, it's not her problem either. She's on crutches. She can't walk a dog or feed him. Mother has little John full-time, and Ryan more than she should, and the cooking, and the cleaning, and the bar. She does not need your dog to take care of on top of it.
Now, look, it happens to be my dog. And Jack is quite right. That's enough. Now, all right. I don't want to spoil Siobhan's homecoming with a fight about a dog.
Oh, I don't either. I'm sorry, Siobhan. The last thing I wanted to do was to get into an argument before you even unpacked your bag.
It's all right. I'm sorry about Ryan's things.
As a matter of fact, I think I better go collect Miss Finelli and head on home. We have to get up early in the morning.
Am I gonna see you tomorrow?
Sure.
I'll give you a hand, darling. Put your leg up. And if she needs it, I'll get a little old shirt of Little John's.
Well, how did I do that?
You didn't.
I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Of course you didn't, sweetheart.
Mary and I go off like that a lot. I mean, we used to. God, I was so hoping. Ah, you're a sweetheart. Why'd you have to pick that particular chew toy?
Look at the guilty face. He knows he did something wrong, just doesn't know quite what it was.
Look at the face on him. Look at those eyes, will you? He talks to you, this dog.
I always have the sense that he's waiting patiently for something.
Wolves.
That's nice.
I think I'll go give Mary a hand.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, I was hoping to come home right. Nicely, with no waves. I messed the whole thing up with my crazy dog.
Oh, no such thing.
It's funny how 3 years can pass and things remain essentially just the same.
Siobhan is home 30 minutes, and already she's done something well-intentioned but outrageous, and I'm already mad at her. And this is just the beginning.
Oh, darling, you just have to be patient. Just a little patience. I mean, it's 3 years later and you're both women. It's got to get better.
Oh, Ma, give me one good reason why.
Tonight, meet the not-so-happy couple. She hears wedding bells, but he won't commit. Sounds like a job for the guy who wrote the book on relationships. An all-new Greg Barron's Wake Up Call, part of Sugar Free Valentine's, tonight at 10 on SoapNet.